First I've chosen is an absolute classic from probably one of the most famous campaigns of all time for Heineken beer. George Bernard Shaw wrote the original My Fair Lady, and they've completely flipped it on its head. So here we have, instead of a kind of, a rags to riches story, we've got a riches to rags story.
The water in Mallorca doesn't taste like what it ought to.
No. The water in Mallorca don't taste like what it ought to.
The water in Mallorca doesn't taste quite how it should.
Mallorca!
Mallorca?
Mallorca!
Mallorca?
With the help of some Heineken, they slowly get it to start kind of talking Cockney.
Hi, Dale, any danger of some refreshment in here?
Here you are. Get your laughing gear in there.
Oh, golly.
Well, it was the height of kind of Sloane Rangerdom and Princess Diana and everything, and so to actually flip everything completely backwards was great.
The water in Mallorca
What's that?
don't taste like what it ought to. Oh, gosh.
The lady is stunning casting.
The water in Mallorca don't taste like what it ought to.
There's no wasted second. So even when you've picked yourself up off the floor laughing at the end, what you think is the end, there's also another brilliant twist.
She's cracked it. She's only cracked it.
You're absolutely wrong.
Heineken refreshes the parts other beers cannot reach.
By the time this ad came out, the campaign had probably already been running for 10 years, probably more, a dozen years or so. It had done fantastic outdoor, fantastic radio, but this was its real foray into a big long-form TV ad. And it's probably, I think, the zenith of this legendary campaign. I think it's where they really, I don't think it got any better than this. It's an all-time classic. Well, the second ad is actually one of my all-time favourites. Although it was an ad for, ran in Britain, within weeks the whole world had picked it up. It's an absolute classic. Honda cog. Right from the very first few frames where you see this little cog of a gear just rolling on, that's it, you're hooked, you're in. You got the butterflies, the hairs up on the back of your neck, you're seeing something completely new and different. The sound that you're hearing from the different parts actually add to the whole piece. They could easily have just stuck a music track over that, it still would have been brilliant to watch, but just listening to the sound of the parts add to the whole kind of engineering story. Because I know the guys who made this film, and they told me a lot of the stories about how it was kind of put together. I think they filmed over 4 or 5 days. They did hundreds of takes, but I think it's actually constructed from just 2 clean takes that last about a minute long, and it's kind of carefully stitched in the middle, but you can't see that. You can only imagine the amount of kind of experimenting that went on to get just the right part, hitting just the right point, to give you this meticulous domino effect. One of the best stories I ever heard, and there's loads of stories around it, I think one of the best ones I ever heard or read about was that the US Navy, when they're first talking to sailors, when they come onto the aircraft carrier, they show them this film to show that they're all just one small part of one big machine, and how everything can just work perfectly if we all kind of hang it together. Then of course, right near the end, the music players kicked in, and you get this great track by the Sugar Hill Gang.
Isn't it nice when things just work?
It became a complete brand ad for Honda. I know their sales leapt, their order books suddenly started filling up. I hate the 2 guys who made it, Ben and Matt. You get this the whole time because you're in the same business, we're all trying to outdo each other, and then somebody comes along and you realise that actually you're way behind the game and people are just so far ahead. And it does make you sick to the pit of your stomach. Thanks, Ben and Matt. The third ad I've picked is quite a recent ad actually, it's in the last year or 2. I think it's from 2014 by Grey, and it's for the culture section of the Sunday Times. What's terrific about it is you get this incredible, meticulously worked out choreography where a pair of guys in one take are forming these icons from famous movies, from music, from art, and it's just so engaging. And you know, you're playing a game with the audience, you've got to kind of figure out what they are, and of course they're all instantly recognisable. The way it's directed by the directing team, us, is just incredible. I love the way it's just in a rough studio, there's no kind of fancy stuff going on. You can see they didn't have much budget, but God, the art that's gone into it is fantastic.
Find your new favourite things this weekend in the New Look Sunday Times Culture.
When you create, you see a lot of briefs that could be, yeah, they're quite small briefs. You think, yeah, they just want a little TV ad, a little 20-second TV ad. Just let them know what's in the Culture magazine this weekend. Maybe use a few kind of stock clips, you know, of kind of things from art or music or whatever. You see those ads all the time. Here was a creative team or an agency who thought, no, we're going to push this further. We're going to take this to the nth degree. I still consider what we do when we're at our best, we're commercial artists. And here is something that is, I think, genuine commercial art. And I love it. I think all three of them, for me, do have a kind of connection. They're quite artistic. I think the first one, the Heineken ad, there is real artistry in it, and it's the artistry of writing, something that we kind of lost a bit, I think, these days. If you look at Honda Cog and you look at Sunday Times icons, they both have a real artistry about them, and I think it's wonderful how we can be as playful as this around brands, and ultimately that's what really engages audiences. I don't think that we can really just hold up a mirror to consumers' lives and expect that they'll be engaged with that. They're living that life anyway. They want to be entertained. If you haven't got entertainment at the core of it, whether it makes you cry or laugh, then we're kind of failing, really.